Hello, dear ones, and welcome to today's reading for April and its energies. I am trying a slightly different setup today with a different mic. I don't know how it will work out, but let me know if it bothers you and I will go back to the old setup. My old mic didn't really allow for a lot of movement on my behalf, so this is a bit better. I'm not so tied to the mic this time, but let's see how it goes. And the second thing, I've been a bit ill lately, so if my voice sounds a bit strange, that's the reason for it. And that's not the end of misfortune. I also cut my finger earlier today, but I hope it doesn't bother you too much. So, as all that is settled, I think we should get started with today's reading. This is a general reading for April. We will be looking at the general vibes during the coming month, as well as your love life and career in this reading. And we have 3 piles of cards here. Pile number 1, we have Agate here, blue agate. Pile number 2 with green Aventurine. And pile 3 is with golden calcite. So I will let you have a few moments alone with these cards so you can see which one you feel most drawn to, and then just pick the reading that you will call to listen. And see you there. Hello everyone who chose pile 1 with blue agate. Let's have a look at your cards. I pulled them for you already. So first I pulled an oracle card from the Oracle of the Roses oracle card deck. And then we have 2 tarot cards, the Sun and the Hanged Man. The Mother card here, it's very similar to the Empress in tarot. It represents nurture and care and creation and the birth or beginning of something. So I feel like with the 3 cards here, there is an explosion of something brilliant in your life in April. It is something that makes you feel extremely joyful, excited, extroverted in a way. But it's also something that makes you see everything in a new light. The challenge with this thing is that it might keep you waiting in a while. Everything surrounding this situation won't resolve in April, which means that you are kind of like kept waiting. You need to have a lot of patience. But I feel like it won't be a problem for you. I feel like whatever happens, it will be a lovely surprise and you're more occupied with the enjoyment of it rather than like any negative aspects that there may be to it. And I'm not seeing like anything negative going on here, just a thing that requires a bit of patience. Okay, so that's the theme or the general atmosphere of April for you. But let's look at the other cards so we can see in more detail what will be going on in your love life and in your career. So the first 3 cards that I pulled for your love life in April are the 3 of Swords, 6 of Swords, and the Hermit. And as a card of the role that you will be playing in this situation, I pulled the 9 of Coins. So, based on these cards, I would say that there is some sort of ending in your life in April. So, a relationship may come to an end, or it may have already ended, and you're just dealing with the aftermath. But it may also mean just moving away from a period of time when you're in your love life, when your love life wasn't that unsuccessful, or it was very uneventful or unfulfilling. So, like, the typical reading of these cards is the breakup of something, or the ending of something. But as we are going towards these very like independent, internal focused cards here of the Hermit and the 9 of Pentacles, I feel like this process here is not a bad thing. Like, if you broke up with something, like, of course it will hurt, but like the end result of it will be positive. So as a result of this, you will be turning inward to reconnect with yourself and to meditate on what you wish from your love life in the future, so that whatever comes afterwards resonates with you and your hopes and dreams and goals, and actually like matches those things. So I feel like April will be a very fertile period for you to focus on those things that you wish from your love life in the future. A whole lot may not happen in April, but you shouldn't mistake that for nothing happening or being lost in your love life or anything like that. I think it's a great time for you to turn inwards and focus on preparing yourself for the next chapter in your love life. Okay? And from the Urban Crow Oracle card deck, I pulled an advice card for your love life. So we have a card called Battle. So I feel like you will be attacked in some way in your love life. It may be an external attack, like let's say you are breaking up with somebody or getting a divorce. I feel like maybe there's a person or people who won't accept this decision, or the attack may be internal. So let's say that you've always been told that you should live your life in a certain way, and now you are starting to follow your own inner guidance. So that may result in your own mind attacking you. Like, you know that you want something different, but because you've been told otherwise, maybe you've been told that you don't deserve these things, or you should live your life in another way. So that will cause like this internal conflict, and it's actually like you battling your own mind here. But however the situation may be, just defend yourself, but at the same time, keep your peace, keep your peace of mind, and just focus internally, focus on your own internal growth. And like I said, growing this fertile ground for the next chapter in your love life. Okay. Next, I pulled 3 cards for your career. So we have the Empress, the Judgment, and a Page of Chalices, or the Page of Cups here. I feel like a lot of you could be working in a field or an industry where you are nurturing other people. Like, I guess the most traditional occupation would be like nursing, or maybe being a kindergarten teacher, or a stay-at-home mom. But now there's some sort of call for something else. And of course it also may go the other way around. Like, let's say you've worked a corporate job for a long time, so instead of wanting to work there for another few years or for the rest of your life, you're feeling like you want to do something that gives back to the community. Like, maybe instead of that, you wish to become a nurse, like I said, or a teacher, or some sort of person who provides fertile soil for other people's growth. Like, let's say a spiritual teacher or a life coach, something like that. So it could be either way. I feel like for a part of you, you're working in this occupation where you nurture other people, and now you are hearing a call for something else. And for the others, it's the other way around. Like, you may have had another type of career, and now you're wishing to give back and work and in an occupation where you can help other people. I feel like this card here, the Page of Chalices, is always such an adventure card for me. So I feel like what you are wishing to do next could have something to do with traveling or just getting away. Maybe you wish to leave your work life behind for a while, like maybe get a holiday or vacation, maybe take a year off if you can afford that financially. It could also represent this new career for some of you. Like, it just makes me think of like a tour guide or a wilderness guide, somebody who gets to kind of like travel and go on adventures in their everyday life. So yeah, definitely kind of new energies going on in your career. I also pulled a card for the role you will play in the situation, and I actually got 2 cards this time. So we have the 6 of Pentacles and 4 Swords, and this sort of backs up what I said earlier. So I feel like for some of you, you are wishing for, like, you want to expand or extend your sharing and your compassion to other people. Maybe you've worked for yourself and now you just want to help other people more. You want to give back. And then for the others here, you just wish to rest and recharge. Like, maybe you've really worked yourself to a fatigue, and now you are just dreaming of this life where you can like rest and take some time for yourself and maybe go on little adventures. So yeah, 2 different kind of energies that I am sensing here. And lastly, I pulled an advice card from again the Urban Crow Oracle card deck, and this time we got this card called Night. So again, I'm just getting this sense of like rest and recharge is in order, like maybe a bigger balance between your personal life and your work life, or maybe just trying to fix your sleep schedule, because I feel like you do need some rest, definitely, at least some of you. So in April, you should focus on getting away from your hectic work life and getting that rest that you deserve, okay? So pile number 1, that was your reading for April. I hope that it was useful and helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do that. I always appreciate the support. I wish you a great April and see you again in the next video. Bye bye. Hello everyone who chose pile 2 with Green Aventurine. Let's have a look at your cards. The first cards that I pulled, they represent the theme or the general atmosphere in April. So the first card is from the Oracle of the Roses deck. It's called The Father, with 2 tarot cards, 7 of Swords and Queen of Swords here. So the first feeling that I get is that you are conflicted in regards to a responsibility in your life, be that your job or your family. There's a part of you that just wants to get away and leave this thing behind, and the other part of you is the responsible, logical one who would never do such a thing. So lots of conflicted energy here. With the Father card here, I feel like the influence of this card may bring up challenges related to the relationship between the two of you, you and your father. But those issues may also be reflected in other relationships around you, because we often feel comfortable around familiar energies, even though that may not always be a good thing. Like, let's say you had a conflicted relationship with your father, so as much as you may hate it, you may also at the same time be attracted to similar energies in other relationships as well, like maybe in your love life, at least until that similarity is sort of brought to the consciousness and noticed. Because a lot of time when we just notice something that in and of itself may resolve the situation. So I feel like this energy may have something to do with your father himself, or energies that are similar to the relationship that you had or have with your father. Okay, but yeah, let's look at the other cards. Maybe they will bring some more clarity into this situation. So let's look at your love life first. The cards that I pulled are the Knight of Wands, 10 of Swords, and the Hanged Man. So these represent the energies, and for the role you play in this situation, I pulled the 4 of Pentacles. The energy in your love life seems to be quite active and brash, even chaotic even. It could be describing the energy in your love life in itself, or it could describe a person that you are in a relationship with, or a love interest if you're not in a relationship with anybody right now. However, this energy will be brought to a standstill quite fast. Maybe there is some sort of crash or betrayal that happens. Things don't go as planned. However, on a positive note, the 10 of Swords here is a card of overthinking as well. If you've been listening to my tarot readings, you may have encountered this card a few times, and I always say the same thing. So it could be about like overthinking, being a bit too dramatic, like something may go wrong, but at the same time, it's probably nothing that you can't overcome. It may test your patience and leave you feeling hurt in a way, but it's not the end of the world at the same time, even though it may feel like it. It may leave you feeling like you've learned a lesson, like you are seeing different, you are seeing things in a different life after this experience. The role that you play in this situation, I feel like maybe, like there's a lot of energy here for sure, but I feel like you're not letting this energy flow. Maybe this movement and energy makes you feel out of control, whether this is just like the general energy in your love life or the energy of another person. I feel like you may prefer more security than what you're getting, than what this other person, if there is another person, is able to provide you with, and more security than what they like. Okay, so I feel like there's some sort of mismatch energy going on. Maybe the situation is reflected here, like part of you wants to leave and a part of you just wants to be the smart person and stay and resolve the situation. Then I pulled an advice card from the Urban Crow Oracle deck, and we have a card called Abundance, and it just makes me think of the saying, there's plenty of fish in the sea, or on the pier, or in this basket here in this picture. So I feel like this card is telling you to not get stuck on one person or one way of doing something. So like I said, there's some sort of mismatch energy. Maybe if you're interested in someone or you are in a relationship with someone, the person that you are in a relationship with may be more of a sort of active, chaotic person who doesn't want to settle down, and you're this person who just wants security and commitment, things like that. So the card here is just letting you know that, don't get stuck on this one person. Or it may also tell you to kind of, like if you are in a committed relationship and for the most part you're happy in this relationship, in that case, maybe you shouldn't just throw away the relationship, but rather you should start seeing that there are multiple ways of doing things. So maybe you and your partner can meet halfway. Like there are an abundance of ways to live your life. So maybe your partner wishes for a bit more active energy in your relationship. Maybe they want to come and go a lot more than what you hope to do, and you just wish for a bit more security and stability. So what you just need to do is try to arrive at some sort of compromise where the both of you will be happy. Okay? And next, let's look at your career. So we have 4 of Cups, 2 of Swords, and 9 of Cups. So first, I feel like you are feeling quite unmotivated, maybe even unappreciative of your work. It's also possible that there has been some sort of new opportunity or a new responsibility that you've undertaken in your career, but you're not really happy about it. Maybe not even like unhappy. It just makes you feel kind of maybe undecided and not engaged with what you're getting and what you're being offered. So there's some sort of situation of avoidance and a lack of ownership. But then we have this sort of change in situation. At some point you will reach a stage in your career where you will suddenly find pleasure in what you're doing, and things will turn out for the better, and it really just pleases you and makes you happy. So yeah, then the final card that I pulled for this career part of the reading is the role that you will play in this situation, and we've got the Justice, which makes me think of the Queen of Swords here, because the Justice card is also a card of like responsibility and knowing what's right, what you deserve, what other people deserve, fairness, ethical behavior. So I feel like there are a lot of like questions of, is this job that you're doing truthful for you? Is it ethical? Does it align with your values? Maybe at the end of the month you will discover that yes, it does. Your wish will be fulfilled. Sorry, my camera stopped filming there for a while, but yeah, now it's back. So we were looking at your career reading, and the last card that I pulled was another advice card, and this time for your career. And it's also from the Urban Crow Oracle deck. And it's a card called Warning. So yeah, it definitely asks you to pay attention to any red flags that there may be in your career. I feel like it asks you to listen to your inner guidance, like what we talked about, your values and ethicalness. So think about what matters to you in your career and in your life in general. Think about your passions and your goals, and I feel like when you pay attention to those things, you will arrive at this card here, the Nine of Cups, which is like a wish fulfillment card. It's also possible that there may be something unlawful happening in your place of work. So I feel like in this case, you, like I said, follow your inner guidance, pay attention to red flags, and do what is right, do what is fair, and you will arrive at a situation that is fair to you and pleasant to you. Okay? So pile 2, that was your reading for April. I hope that it was useful and beneficial to you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. I always appreciate the support. Thank you so much for watching, and tune in to my next video, which will probably be an oracle card and tarot card show and tell video. So till next time, bye bye. Hello everyone who chose pile 3 with golden calcite. Let's have a look at your cards. So the first card that I pulled for you is from the Oracle of the Roses deck. It's called the Scientist, And next we have 2 tarot cards, Knight of Wands and the Devil. So these cards here represent the theme of April for you, so sort of the general atmosphere of the month. Firstly, the Scientist, it has this energy of curiosity and discovery. I feel like you are highly interested in something or someone, and you will spend this month being curious about this thing or person. Maybe you will be like studying or experimenting with a project, or reading about something, or just being curious about somebody if it's another person. If this is a project or something like that, like maybe let's say a research proposal or an art project or a new job or your studies, I feel like you are very kind of like fast-paced, energetic, very intense about this project that you are taking part in. But for some of you, I feel like there will be another person involved, and it will be a person who's very highly attractive to you. They're very outgoing, active, energetic. Maybe there's a bit of like a sense of danger about this person, and I feel like they might be a lovely person, but at the same time maybe there's like naivety or immaturity about them. And then there's like this warning of like it's okay to have healthy curiosity about other people, but at the same time don't get obsessed. Like keep your distance like a true scientist, and remain detached a bit. And I feel like this also will apply if you're working on a project, or there's a hugely intense period of time in your career. Like it's good to be active and curious about things, but at the same time, if you take it too far, you will risk a burnout. So I'm sensing a lot of like intense energy here, but just don't take it too far, okay? So next, let's look at your love life. We have the 6 of Swords with Science again here. We are using the Aleister Crowley Tarot for this reading. 3 of Cups with Abundance, and the High Priestess. And I also pulled a card for the role that you will play in this situation, and we have the Page of Wands. So these cards just make me think of like alchemy and new creations, and like we talked about here, like curiosity and discovery, and maybe even rediscovery, as we have this very past influenced card here. So if there is a person in your life, a love interest, I feel like you may know them already, or if there's not a whole lot of like actively happening in your life, maybe there is an ex in your life who you're still thinking about, or who you may be dealing with this month. So a sense of past is present in your life in April. Then we have a Cup of Abundance, and it's very clearly like this card of like cup runneth over, or how do they say it? Is it cup runneth over? Anyway, it's a card of like extreme satisfaction, popularity, highly active social life, and with the card here for you and the role you play in this month, The Page of Wands, I feel like you are an active participant in your love life this month, but maybe you're coming from a place of naivety and inexperience a bit. There's something new about this situation for you. I feel like the month will be exciting when it comes to your love life, but at the same time it might be a bit of a challenge in a way. There's a lot of enjoyment, but also a challenge because of the newness of this thing. So maybe for some of you, maybe you are leaving behind a relationship that you used to be like, or getting over an ex, or maybe you are in a relationship but you're just leaving it behind, or leaving some energies in this relationship that were not working for you earlier, but you still like committed and happy in this relationship, but you are moving on towards this greater happiness and greater satisfaction in it. And I feel like it may involve other people, it may involve you going out a lot more, you connecting with other people. At the same time, these connections make you turn inward, they make you learn about yourself. I think this month will clarify for you what you want out of your love life. Next, I pulled an advice card from the Urban Crow Oracle deck, and we have a card called Influence. So I feel like this card advises you to be mindful of who you will let influence yourself. So there's nothing wrong with being influenced by other people as long as you make sure that you stand strong in yourself, like you know yourself and what you want. But at the same time, as human beings, we're very social creatures, so a part of our growth comes from like being open and growing with other people. So there's this balance of like knowing who you are and what you want, but at the same time accepting influence from other people as long as it's healthy for you. And I guess in a love context, it's healthy for both of you and good for both of your growth. So that's something to think about in April. Next, let's have a look at your career. So we have 2 of Wands with Mastery, Ace of Pentacles, and 8 of Cups with Exhaustion here. And a card for the role that you will play in this situation is Page of Swords. So I feel like you are dreaming of a new job or a new career. Maybe you have even received a new job, or maybe a new source of income already. I feel like you are seeking mastery in this occupation or this income source. In a way, you are a beginner in them, but at the same time, I feel like you are quite secure and stable in this field. And I feel like why you are trying to make something new work out for yourself, or to achieve something else, like when we think about income maybe, or trying to find a new job, is that you are feeling exhausted in your current job, or maybe even in this new situation as well. I feel like you've given a lot of yourself to this endeavor, and it is making you feel kind of tired. when we look at this card, this Page of Swords here, I feel like it is a struggle and an effort to get ahead and to create something new for yourself. Maybe you are struggling with finances, or maybe you are struggling with trying to get a hold of this new job that you are in. Yeah, like I said, there's some sort of like working for something new, trying to achieve more, but it's a struggle and it's making you feel exhausted a bit. Yeah, let's look at the advice card that I pulled for you, because I feel like you may be needing that for this month. So I pulled an advice card from the Urban Crow Oracle card deck again, and this time it's called Caching. And I feel like this card is telling you to not put your eggs in one basket. So that could mean like diversifying your income streams, maybe having another job, maybe saving money, like being financially secure and smart. That's the way to go, okay? And especially if you are starting something new, like a new career, or you've just found a new job, or maybe you are thinking of going back to school. Like in that case, I feel like it is very important to prepare in advance. Like I said, like save money, or having different income streams, or having another job. So be smart about it. Be smart about your career this month. I feel like these cards don't really turn or tell like how things will turn out. They just tell us like that you are in this process of working and creating something new, or trying to like build a stable foundation or a new foundation in your life, in a new occupation or a new job or something like that. So a sort of like period of searching and struggling a bit. So yeah, better just stay like smart about it. So pile 3, that was your reading for April. I hope that it was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. I always appreciate the support. Stay tuned for future videos. Till next time, bye bye.